Welcome to the Michigan Lynx Tournament Expert Division opening round, hole number 6. Here we're setting up for a Grizzly rough bump. Now I know that there is a send it shot here. I will come back and look for something as far as the send it goes a little bit later. If I find it, I'll post it. But for now, Grizzly rough bump, Kingmaker, APOC 5 plus, Grizzly 8 plus. We're going to be P3 no move target here. 4 top spin, 3 right spin. We're adjusting P3 plus 10% max. And we're going to use overpower based on wind strength for the drive here. So if your wind is between 7 and 7.6, you'll use just before circle break overpower. If your wind is 7.7 to 8.4, you'll use circle drop overpower. And then if your wind is 8.5 to 9.1, you'll play it with just before circle drop overpower. So here we're at 8.2, we're playing circle drop OP. Ideally, we're looking for right around 388 to 391-ish. But you can get a shorter rollout that'll put you around 378, 377, and that's fine. It's just going to have you setting up in plus yards. Whereas if you get the little bit longer rollout, 389, you'll be doing a bottom of the white ring check, and you'll be set up outside of the plus yards. But you should be good either way. For the approach shot, we're using 4 top spin only. Like I said, it depends on your drive as to, how you're going to play this. The longer drives, you'll have to do the bottom of the white ring check, so that's what I'm going to end up doing here. And the shorter drives, you'll be setting up in plus yards. So here we're going to do our bottom of the white ring check. And that's going to give us our slider value. So we're at +3, right? So bottom of the white ring, it's where the fairway meets the fringe. Bottom of the white ring. And then, I know you can't see it, but we're kind of in line with the hole, right? Four top spin only. No side spin. And that is so that a Grizzly 8 can play the shot, right? With spin added, we're going to want to have the ball guide through the right edge of the cup by about a half a square or so. So we want to be splitting this right edge just like you see here. And then we want to be, if you're looking at this line here that kind of runs on the top left edge of the cup, you want to be just past that by about a quarter of a square. Here's the deal. If you try and push it too far with the tip of the ball guide, it's going to severely change where your first bounce lands. So as it stands with most of these drives, my blue ring is going to be on or near the rough line, or maybe just flipping into the fairway or just off of the fairway like it is here, but in this general area. If you go to set this up and you see your blue ring is way back here, 2 rings, or if your white ring is up by the rough line or your clear ring is up by the rough line, then it's probably going to play a little bit differently. You may need to tweak your spins or whatever, because it's probably going to come into the hole differently if that's the case. But most drives, most situations, this is what we're looking for. This is the offset that we want to see and the ring placement that we want to see. Now, we're pulling this one with a slight 1201 flicker. We're adjusting it P3 plus 5% at slider. And there are a couple of wind angle tweaks that need to be made here. They're very minor tweaks, but they need to be made if you want to drop this one with some consistency. because thanks to Playdemic, we're seeing massive wind angle differences as we have been recently. And so I can just say that we have seen wind angles from all the way over here to all the way over here, right? And that's a large span here. But what we're looking at basically is going to be the fringe line and then about a square and a half off the fringe. That's going to be our references. So there and there. If you are over here to the left, that's the tailwind angle. There's no change needed. If you are in the middle, which is to say left of the fringe, but not very far left of the fringe, you need one click. Right curl. And if you're over here with the crosswind angle inside the fringe, you need 2 clicks. Right curl. Right? If for some reason you're very far outside the fringe, I know I'm just outside the fringe on this one. 2 clicks was okay here. I don't know what it play if you need more, if you're way over here. But, you know, be prepared. You may see that wind angle. Anyway, so just left of the fringe is 1 click. About a square and a half, 2 squares left of the fringe, and further left is no change. Between a square and a half from the fringe is 1 click of right curl. Anything on the fringe is 2 clicks of right curl, which is what I used here. And you can see we come in at a nice speed and, you know, pretty close to center cup there. The check is as follows. The bottom of the white ring check, +9 is 78, 8 is 77, 7 is 75, 6 is 73, 5 is 72, +4 is 70, +3 is 69, 2 is 67, 1 is 66, 0 is 64. -1 is 63, -2 is 61, and -3 rings is 60% slider. Now, if you're in plus yards when you set up, 9 is 100, 8, 98, 7 is 95, 6 is 93, 5 is 90, 4 is 88, 3 is 86, 2 is 83, +1 is 81. 0 is 78, -1 is 76, -2 is 74, and -3 is 71% slider. That's for if you are in P3 plus yards. Beyond that, practice this one a couple of times. It can be a little bit finicky. We're definitely pulling with a 1201 flicker on that approach. And the ball guide can be a little bit glitchy depending on where your drive ends up, left, right, and distance. So practice it. Make sure that you're comfortable with the setup. Hopefully you'll be walking away from this one with the Eagle. Good luck. We'll see you on the next one.